Welcome to Scream Queen's Horror Movie Road Trip Podcast.
That was me trying to sound like Bruce Campbell.
I really like that. That was a good Bruce Campbell. I knew immediately who you were impersonating.
Oh, good. I had to save that right after I committed to it. I was like, oh, this sounds so different. Hi, guys.
In case you guys were confused, that wasn't Bruce Campbell. That was your final girl, Justine.
Yes. Hi. Welcome to Scream Queens Podcast, and that's your sole survivor, Mr. Josh.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, come, sit a spell.
You guys want to sit in the back seat? We're headed towards Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It's about 3.5 hours southeast of Oklahoma City, where we at. So we're gone, girl.
We're girl gone. We love a gone girl joke.
We do.
I guess.
But we are headed there because we are second anniversary, or no, I guess this is 1 year anniversary from the last time we were at the cabin.
This is, if you remember last year, I
year.
believe it was episodes like 37, 38. We had covered Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. We did like the bookends. Now we're coming back and doing the creamy center.
Doing that middle. It's like an Oreo cookie, and we're finally getting to that creaminess.
We like a creamy book.
Cream.
We have the bookends and the creamy center.
Cream.
I don't know why the center of our bookends are creamy, but...
Cream. So we're covering Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2.
I mean, the Evil Dead movies, the 1 and 2, are the ultimate cabin in the woods films.
The
Ultimate. You tell me another one. Maybe...
the Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
You just stop it.
Okay, fine. We don't have to keep going because what we really need to be going on is...
are not Evil Dead 2 or 1.
No, and we need to be talking about Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, here we are. We're ready to talk about it. That's where we
Thanks
are.
For the follow-up.
That's where we are right now. We're ready to talk about it.
Evil Dead 2, directed by Sam Raimi.
Who we met last year at Frightmare, who was like the cutest little dude. Just like, hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Sam. I'm
nice
here to
meet
make
you.
a movie.
And we met him for like maybe 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that was standing shoulder to shoulder to take a photo real quick, so.
A little photo.
It's not like he would remember us or anything.
Oh, what do you mean? We're like friends on LinkedIn.
Well, he and I are friends on Grindr.
I knew you were going to go, like, I went professional and you went hoey.
Yeah.
Because you a hoe.
I'm a hoe-ass bitch.
He's a hoe-ass bitch. Okay, Evil Dead 2 came out 1987.
Yeah, a few years after the original. A lot of people get kind of confused and think this movie's just like a remake of the first one.
Or like a redo.
Or that they kind of ignore the first one, and it's really not. The beginning, when we get into it, is really kind of like almost a reimagining of the first movie. They had...
A little recap.
They didn't have the rights anymore to their movie.
Nope, so they couldn't just do...
Yeah, they couldn't use the footage, any footage from the first movie, so they kind of just reshot it. The beginning doesn't have all the friends going to the cabin, it's just him and Linda.
Yep, just him and Linda. She's dancing and pirouetting around in the background while Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams
is serenading on the piano.
Just bouncing on top of them black and white keys.
And she is arms up, twirling, thinking
Tits
she
out.
is fucking Tina, the ballerina.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl, your name's Linda.
Linda the Leaper, that's what you are.
I don't know any prima ballerinas named Linda.
Linda!
Sorry, all our ballerina Linda listeners.
And the opening is, Ash and Linda heading to the cabin.
Yes.
We get, just kind of this recap of like how it all went down.
Yeah.
She gets the little necklace.
Mm-hmm. And before that, they even give us like a whole rundown about the Book of the Dead. They talk about, the year 1300 AD, the Necronomicon disappeared, right?
Yep, it went and got lost.
It was just like, I'm gone, girl.
Sucked into the ether or something, but it was
throw
gone.
in another Gone Girl, just for good measure.
They get like a little gone girl.
Gone Girl book.
Okay, so opening of the movie is the explanation of where the Necronomicon, the Ex Mortius Necronomicon Mortius. Where did it go? The Book of the Dead.
Someone find it!
And why isn't it in the Castle of Kandar?
Well, as you saw in Evil Dead 1, they found it. And now we're kind of, like I said, we're getting a little recap of the first movie, but like a very condensed version.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Campbell said, like, if you just like cut out that little recap, and as soon as the entity is coming out the door and smacks Ash, and you get that awesome shot where Ash is flying through the woods and spinning around, that the movies would cut seamlessly together.
Yes.
And it's true, because I watched a YouTube video where someone actually did that.
Where they did it. Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah, that is like
it's
seamless.
very fluid.
I don't see any seams in that.
But of course, there's just this. So if we take this out, if we take out the addition, and we just cut them together, then we have a very seamless video of the Evil Dead.
Yeah, and I don't think people would be confused, because I gotta admit, when I was younger and first saw it, I was kind of like, oh, you know, you get that first intro bit where it does seem like the same movie but a little different.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, you know, like, oh, is this the same movie? But then you know, it clearly evolves and you see, okay, no, this keeps going. The other movie would have stopped by now.
The other movie would have stopped by now, but we're going to keep going. So, okay, so we are going to pick up now when Ash gets picked up by the evil spirit and kind of thrusted through the forest.
Ooh, he gets picked up and thrusted.
And thrusted. Picked up, thrusted, pounded.
Oh.
I'm going there. Pounded. Up against that tree.
Thrusted and picked up.
Picked
it was
up.
a night of
Pounded.
Deadite passion.
So he gets kind of fucked by the air and is thrown around a little bit, and he gets overtaken.
He gets overtook.
He
lands in a puddle, and you're like, oh my god, Ash is totally going to drown in that puddle. But he doesn't. He lifts up, and instead of drowning, he's now a Deadite.
Yeah. And he's running away for a while. We get all the awesome kind of chases with the camera low down on the ground and being menacing. And Ash tries to escape. He gets in his Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
We all need to, you know, here it is again, the reprise. And he goes to, we get a similar scene like in the first where they try to go to the bridge and they find that the bridge has been destroyed. And
the entities have fucked the only way out.
They got the upper hand. They got the upper hand. They got the upper man.
Upper hand, upper man.
And, so we get that Ash gets overtaken by the evil spirit, but for some reason, once it's daytime,
it just leaves
him. So he kind of has like a, what would that be? The little not time turner, but like what is that thing when you flip it over and the sand comes down? What is that thing called?
Missy Elliott. Flip it, reverse it.
That is not what it's called. That's a song, bitch. I'm talking about what is hourglass. There we go. So instead of an hourglass, though, we get like a 12-hour glass. It's a long pour.
Yeah,
all right.
It's
So
really long.
So Ash is
hard.
Ash, but Ash is also Demon Ash. You are just too much, bitch. We can't be. We're like 8 minutes into this podcast, and we've gotten into the first 15 seconds of the actual Evil Dead 2.
Yes, true that.
Goodness. You are too much. You're too much of a good thing.
So yeah, the bridge is out. He's like, no! And screaming and really upset about it.
He does have some really awesome, over-dramatic moments, and the camera just kind of looms above him as he's screaming, no! Or crying, doing something. There's a lot that happens to our hero. He is thrusted on more than once during the movie. Oh my goodness.
And the movie's definitely played up for laughs more than the first one. One could even say it's a horror comedy. But I mean, there's definitely more horror and gore than there is comedy, but it's definitely splat stick to the max. Like, there are some funny gags.
Yeah, it's spoofy goofy, but it's not like a complete spoof on the first one, because this is furthering the story. We're getting more. In this movie, we get to really find out what has happened to the professor's wife, and we get this. We're about to get an introduction. To that he has a child. That is not a child. I mean, an adult child. But that the cabin that Ash and poor Linda was staying at until she goes through this huge attack scene with Ash at the beginning, and it's a nice little chainsaw moment that we get to see.
Oh yeah, we kind of skipped over all that.
We kind of just were like, he gets attacked, or
let's back it up a bit, because that stuff is funny. Yeah, you get him cutting Linda's head off. He buries her. He even has time to make a little cross.
This is all in that 15 minutes.
Yeah,
the recap.
He makes it nice. Makes her grave nice. But then later that night, this is a really fun visual when she comes out dancing. She's doing her Tina the Ballerina routine without a head. But she summons her head, and it comes rolling to her. And they dance. It's done with really great, I guess, claymation. It's definitely stop motion.
Yeah, animation, puppeteering. In the commentary, Sam Raimi says he got his high school drama teacher to do the choreography for it. So
that's so funny.
They made it in North Carolina and in Michigan. So.
And Ash sees all this from inside the cabin. He's watching her do this just ballet. This, I don't know what you call it. What's a solo performance in ballet? Well, that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
And he watches it, and all of a sudden there's this fun jump scare where the head comes.
Yeah.
It's in his lap.
Well, the dance and all of that happens after we've been introduced to the archaeologist's daughter and stuff. Yeah, it happened. I've got it all written down. So, but we get the introduction that the archaeologist, the one who had the real tape that Ash plays, that he's sending his daughter with who had just found the missing pages.
Yeah, she was coming to surprise her parents. She's like, I know they were here, so I was coming to see them, and she took a little prop plane to get there. She's got her boyfriend or something in tow.
Yeah, he's also an archaeologist himself, and so they're like, all right, let's get in the car and go to that cabin. It's an hour away.
She's like, I wore my best shorts with my thigh highs and my button up with my cardigan. I'm ready to go.
I look like an archaeologist.
Yeah, I look like I'm cold up top, but maybe I need a little bit of a draft down below. I need a breeze.
Well, I just think it's funny that so his name is Ed, the boyfriend archaeologist friend, who arrives with Annie is the daughter, and so they arrive at the little airport, and she's like, all right, let's go see my parents, and he's like, all right, get in the car, it's an hour away. I'm like, this is supposed to be some secluded cabin in the woods, but it's an hour away from the airport. So yeah,
maybe it was a little regional airport.
They were on a
little prop plane.
Yeah.
So.
But so they're headed to the cabin, and at that time, Ash is kind of battling again with Linda because he's now already had his own moment out in the woods being attacked by the evil spirit, and we get the really awesome dance sequence.
He takes her head to the work shed, right?
Yes, and chainsaws it through. He puts the head in one of those wrench things that holds the table saw or whatever.
We don't know tools, but he sets it on the table, winches it up so it holds it tight, and then here comes Linda without a head. It's a real Muppety moment. It's awesome. Without a head, with the chainsaw, chasing Ash in the shed. And it looks crazy, but it's hilarious and wonderful and just bizarre. That's one thing about Sam Raimi's earlier films, especially, they're in this bizarro world.
Bizarro world.
And the best example of that's Evil Dead 2.
Yes. There's so many. Also, the special effect, the makeup looks great. Whenever Ash becomes kind of demon Ash at night, when his naughty demon spirit self comes out, all the little prosthetics that are put on his face to kind of make him look demonic are really well done. We're now watching this in 4K and in 1080i or whatever, so high definition, and the makeup really holds up. There's just sometimes when you're watching something and you're like, oh, they weren't counting on this being rather crystal clear, but
yeah,
he does a really awesome job at that. Way to go, Sam! He was waiting for that.
And there's a certain look to them also that's not the same of any other film. When you see a Deadite, oh, that's a Evil Dead possessed person.
Yes. An Evil Dead possessed person.
I'm not going to assume anyone's gender is a person.
Oh, you're not a gender assumer?
Especially not with deadites.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I also love in this kind of this scene where where Ash is being chased around by like the evil spirit once it's come back into the house, and he's being chased around the house, and
he's like hiding from
endless, and like the crawl spaces, the wall crawl spaces that he is.
People under the stairs.
Yes, it's so reminiscent. There's a few little Craven touches that I noticed here, especially when all the blood spurts out through the walls. And
People Under the Stairs, just for the records, would have been after Evil Dead 2, though. So it would have been the other way around.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because
there are little watches. There's a Freddy glove down in the basement that you see a few times, and that goes back to in their earlier work, they frequently did homages back and forth.
Yeah,
to each
paying
other.
credit and just kind of like, oh, I see you, you see me.
Yeah,
we're
we
fellow
talk about it in our
filmmakers.
Evil Dead episode, so we won't talk about it again here. But
Okay.
they do it back and forth. Go listen to our Evil Dead episode.
So after the dance sequence where Linda is just kind of humping a tree and spinning around, but her head's not spinning, but her body is, she disappears, and then Ash kind of wakes up, and he's in this like chair, and he kind of has a moment where he's like, did I dream about that? Did I not dream about that? And then she comes back again.
Yeah. And that's when he takes her head out to the shed.
Yep.
And
and we cut through it, and now she's gone, and he's done away with her. And
Bye, Linda.
He's also, during this time, assumed his double-barrel shotgun that he's known for, his like little boomstick that we'll come
Ash
to love
becomes
him as.
his most iconic self in this movie. He becomes the Ash we know and love. He says, for the first time, I believe, and especially with intention, maybe he said in the first one, I don't remember, but, he does his deadpan groovy.
Groovy, yes.
In this movie, we really start to see Ash for who Ash is.
I see Ash!
The Ash that we know and love in Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead, the lovable idiot.
Yeah, kind of luckless in a way.
Kind of a douchebag.
Kind of the worst things always happen to him. Like, if it can happen, it's going to happen to Ash. The next scene is him kind of coming to realization in the mirror, and he being like himself in the mirror, attacking himself through the mirror.
Yeah.
I like that whole sequence.
And then it's him grabbing himself. He's like, oh, I'm just touching myself.
And it's in this mirror sequence that he also notices his hand starts to be overtaken with like blue veins kind of like crawling up him, and he has to cut his hand off.
And I bet they had to achieve that effect with stop motion, so I wonder if he sat there with his hand and they just like painstakingly like drew those veins and stuff like growing
and just like
yeah,
like,
I'm not sure, but that's what I imagine they did.
That would kind of make sense. So yeah, he notices that his hands, being overtaken, even the nails look demonic, and so he's got to cut his hand off. And
that's when they start laughing. The laughing fit happens.
Yeah. Let's see.
If not, you can reel me back.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, but what I like a lot about this is it's like Three Stooges in a way. Like the hand's attacking him, he's having to jump on the ground, he's getting back up, he's throwing the hand on the table, he's trying to it's like it's got a life of its own.
There's apparently a couple gags, now that you mentioned Three Stooges, that he lifted verbatim from the Three Stooges, but maybe made it his own twist, like added an eyeball or something else that we'll talk about later, but made it horrified.
Horrific. While he is having his hand attack, we get Annie and Ed they drive as far as they can, and obviously there's a roadblock, and then they're kind of trying to figure out like how are we going to get over this barricade, this destroyed bridge, and they meet Bobby Joe and Jake.
Oh my gosh, Bobby Joe, just side note, used to be Blair on One Life to Live back in the 90s. And every time I watch this, I'm like, oh, she was the spoiled rich bitch Blair on. So it kind of takes me out of it a little bit, but I do like her a lot. Whatever that actress's name is.
I have it written down. Cassie Wesley DePavia.
Yeah.
And she did find herself a nice career in
soaps.
On soaps. She did a few different soap operas through the years, and I think she still is. Like, I think she still has a career in soap opera. Maybe like General Hospital or something.
Yeah, I could see her in that line of television family.
But okay, so Bobby Joe, so she's like she's gorgeous. Like she kind of looks like not even a poor man's Brooke Shields, just like a different, like a slightly. Her face
very
looks
striking.
very her face looks a lot like Brooke Shields. But she's also supposed to in this movie be playing like a white trash kind of girl who spits. And
what's the guy's name?
Jake.
Now here's something I've never understood. Are they married? Is that his daughter? Is that his sister?
I think it's all. I think that it's all the above. Check.
But if she was inbred, she wouldn't be that beautiful.
Or, what an assumption to make that all inbred people
They're
are
fucked
ugly.
up. Yeah, they are.
If you're inbred and you're listening,
one, don't admit it to anybody.
yeah, keep it to yourself. But also, you're beautiful, no matter what they say. Okay, so Annie's like,
you're ugly.
So Annie is like, okay, Bobby Joe and Jake, could you guys take us to my parents' cabin? Because they're like, we know the trails. We're backwoods. That's
like,
what we know.
It'll cost you. It's going to be $45. And she's like,
Oh, yeah, that was
Cassie, what's her name? Yeah, Bobby Joe's
Bobby Joe.
Like, gives him a little nudge, like, you asked for more, you son of a bitch.
This girl, she's got party on top, or no, business on top and party on the bottom. Dressed like an archaeologist. She probably got some money.
Yeah, so she gives him $100 and he
gives
carries all
$100.
her. She's like, and you got to carry my bags. And
oh hell yeah!
she thinks she has pulled one over him though too. That smile. She's like, I got a lot of bags.
I got a lot of bags. It's not just my purse, bitch. So, anyways. So Bobby Joe and Jake join Annie and Ed on this journey, this Fellowship of the Rings, to get to the cabin that they have no idea Ash is at because they're crashing. The whole point was that originally they were crashing at this cabin. The cabin owners didn't know that he was going to be there with his girlfriend.
Just a side note, I think Bobby Joe would be like Legolas.
You think?
The blonde hair.
Well, Bobby Joe has brown hair.
But when she was Blair on
she had blonde hair.
So
Oh, okay.
I know she was.
Well, shit.
Yeah, she's an
Me
elf.
and no one listening just now knew what you were talking about. So, okay. So they're on their Fellowship of the Rings, their journey, their hero's journey to finding the.
Joseph Campbell would say yes. This is the hero's
Yeah,
journey.
Joseph Campbell,
Compacted
not
into, like, 5
related to
minutes.
Bruce Campbell
Yeah,
that
that's
we
true.
know of. Okay, all right, let's keep going. So they're on their way to the cabin, and we get back, and Ash has trapped his hand under like some books.
Well, he has cut it off at this point, right?
Yeah, and it's hiding in the wall, and he's like shooting at the wall with a shotgun. The wall's bleeding.
Oh, and then there's like a deluge of blood. Like
it's
comes
just
out of the
spurting
wall.
out of every bullet hole that's in the wall.
And you got the hand running around like a little mouse, going through mice holes, mouse houses,
moosey holes,
mice heist. I don't know. Then he shoots it.
And then we get the so there's a deer head or an elk head, something that's on the wall, and it kind of animates and scares Ash. It's almost like he's on psychedelics, kind of a little bit.
I think he might be. And then everything starts laughing. The
Yes.
books, the shelves, the cabinets, everything's
getting animated.
Like breathing and laughing at him. And it's all like, and then he starts laughing. He starts going fucking crazy.
He's maniacal.
And this is when you get that classic shot of Ash where his face covered in blood, and he's looking straight into the camera, laughing maniacally. I see that still a lot.
A lot.
A lot. So you might know what I'm talking about. But yeah, everything is going bananas right now.
It's
inside
bananas.
that house. And then you have
A-N-A-N-A-S.
Frodo and Legolas coming. They're
Yes.
getting closer to the
And
end.
Samwise.
They're almost to Sauron.
Oh, they're just 4 hobbits. That's who they are.
They're almost to Mount Doom.
Oh my gosh! So it is Samwise, and it's Gollum. It's
I think
got
Jake is
Frodo.
Gollum.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the four journeymen have arrived at the doorstep. Okay, and they can hear inside the cabin. There's like it's Ash. She's screaming. They open up the door. Ash is like passed out.
Well, first he shot at the door because he heard them, and you find out he grazed Bobby Joe with the gun.
Grazed her.
She gets
They
grazed.
get inside. He's passed out. They are. Annie, at least, is like slamming his body on the ground, like, wake up, what's that? She could see blood. She knows
she
that,
sees the chainsaw and the blood.
And she's like, oh shit, this guy, he's busted in here. He's obviously killed my parents. I'm calling their name. They're not coming. What the hell's going on?
Oh,
Tits McGits.
Tits McGits.
Tits McGits. Let's take them. We shove them down in the cellar. So they put Ash in the cellar.
She's pissed.
She's pissed. She's like, gone girl pissed.
You killed my
She's gonna like
parents.
drain her own body of blood and smear it all over the walls, and
say
then
you did
convince police officers that like her husband killed her. When oh my god, she's gone girl pissed.
Gone girl pissed.
Guys, that's a mood, by the way. When you're pissed or you're gone girl pissed, like you are ready to cut a bitch. Okay, so Annie. So Ash gets put down in the cellar, and then Ed and Jake and Bobby and Annie are like, oh my god, what's happening? And they find the little recorder and push play on. I don't really get it. Like, is this during answer machine? So everybody just walks up and is like pushing whatever it says play on it? Because we get the professor's voice and it comes on again. She's all like,
hello,
Daddy.
That's my daddy's voice.
That's my daddy.
My daddy.
But not like Bobby Joe's daddy that I'm looking at, brother daddy,
like we're
brother.
all confused by the relationship.
We don't know what's going on with them. Okay, so the recording is her dad, Annie's dad.
Not her daddy's daddy.
Not
it's
my
just
daddy.
her daddy.
Just a daddy that's her daddy, but not like daddy.
Right, you guys get it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we have smart listeners. I don't think we have to over-explain.
Yeah, no, they are highly intuitive. They know exactly what we're saying even before we say it. Like, I'm about to say, and they already knew what I was just about to say.
Oh my god.
It's
They knew you were going to say, they know what I'm going to say.
They know what I'm going to say, so, yeah. Okay, so the recording is Annie's dad, and he's saying, uh-oh, so I said some of the recitations, and they awoken a spirit that took over your mother, Henrietta. Love it, Henrietta.
Yeah, Henrietta.
So I killed your mother, and I put her down in the cellar because she's not technically, she's dead, but she ain't like dead. Kind of like when you're pissed, so you're gone girl pissed. So Henrietta's down in the cellar. Don't go down there.
She may be angry that I killed her
So
and possessed her body.
So Ash is down there.
And he's like hearing this.
And he's like, motherfucker!
He's like, I might be in a bit of a predicament.
And so they hear him screaming, and Annie and Bobby Joe, they're all like, oh my gosh, what should we do? Let's get him out of the cellar. So they're taking him out of the cellar, and
barely just in time, because here comes Henrietta.
Yeah, she comes up. We get the flying eyeball thing.
Yeah, Ted Raimi is playing Henrietta.
Oh my gosh, guys, it is so awesome.
The makeup is incredible. It's full body suit.
You barely know it's him. Okay, so the only reason why I knew it was him before watching it is because remember when we went to Frightmare a few years ago and Ted Raimi was there, just had a booth by himself.
Yeah.
And they had his banner and it said like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, I don't really remember Ted Raimi being in Evil Dead 2. So, yes, he is. He's playing
Henrietta.
Even though we don't know the word Deadite yet.
He's playing the Deadite version.
But he is being the Deadite version of Henrietta. So he's the demon-possessed version. So he is all throughout this movie now. You know, we're going to get sprinklings of Henriette.
Henriette. She's French. She's very classy French lady.
She's a classy
Henriette.
Henriette. Okay,
but yeah, they pull Ash out by his head. They don't get the basement door shut in time, so they're having to battle Henriette. They smash the door down on her face, which pops her eyeball out, goes into Bobby Joe's mouth.
Bobby Joe be eating an eyeball.
She spits it out screaming. She's not happy about it. It was not a delicacy she was prepared to try tonight.
It's not like when somebody's like, hey, have you ever had an oyster?
Would you like to try?
Would you like to try?
You don't trick people into that kind of shit.
What is that? What is the mountain oysters? You know,
guys,
like calf balls or whatever.
Anything happens to us, we just passed a sign that says hitchhikers may be escaped inmates. So.
Oh shit.
We'll let you know how that goes.
Correctional institution up ahead. Oh my gosh, where are we?
We're about to be Orange is the New Black. Is what's going on.
I can't. I can't. I'm too young, and I haven't committed enough crimes yet.
So Bobby Joe is eyeball mouth.
Got a mouthful of eyeball. She spits it out, and okay, we get this like 2 second to breathe her. You know, everybody's like, "What's
So
happening?"
quiet, yeah.
And then Ed. Remember the guy Ed? This guy barely. He could almost not be in this movie except for this part right here.
Yeah.
Is wonderful that he's in. The Ed guy gets possessed and like lifted off the floor.
He looks crazy
And
when he's possessed.
yeah, his makeup is awesome. He's got this crazy demonic, like Kandorian demonic voice, and he's saying crazy things about like dead by dawn. You'll all be dead by
and
dawn.
then Henrietta down in the basement chimes in, and they're all like, "Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn."
Oh,
So
Henrietta.
I'm wondering if like all these people are going to be dead by dawn. Do you think?
I think so.
It might.
I think most of them will be dead by dawn.
Yeah. And Ash runs out during this part when like Ed is he's attacking because he like takes a bite out of Bobby Joe's hair.
Gets
and,
her
like,
hair. He
eats it.
wanted some fiber.
But Ash runs off and comes back and he has his axe.
He has an axe this time and chops him up.
Boom.
And
Chop,
he's all
chop,
green
chop.
bloody. He's got that green blood.
Green slime blood getting all up on this bitch, rubbing up on them titties too.
They used all different colors of blood because Sam Raimi thought he could get away with it more with the MPAA, the board, you know, that decides the ratings. The ratings
if I make
board.
it not red.
Yeah, so you'll see lots of like black blood, green blood. There is some very bright red blood, but
Yes.
he tried to mix it up so he didn't get like an
It's like-
NC-17 X rating.
If they're injuring a demon, it's going to be like black blood or green blood, or you know. But if it's one of the human characters, then it's red blood because they's live.
Or if it's just coming out of the walls.
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
red.
If it's just coming out walls.
Come out blood.
Ew.
Bloody cum.
I don't know if you. I think you would
You're
get a
getting really
triple
gross.
X rating
You're
if you.
You're nasty.
No,
You just-
you're nasty,
Stop
sir.
it. Stop it right now.
Sir.
Stop.
You are disgusting.
No means no.
Cum walls. How dare you? Lawsuit.
Bloody cum walls.
Lawsuit. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so we get hack. Ed is dead.
Bye, Ed.
And okay, if you were Bobby Joe or Jake and you're like, I signed up for $100 to take you to your house.
I'd be like, I'm out.
I'm getting the
Bye.
fuck out of here. So Bobby Joe's like, bye, runs out.
Yeah. First, though, remember they get that weird message from the dad.
Oh,
his
yes,
floating
yeah,
face.
yes,
And he's
yeah.
all like, you have to read the words of. You gotta reread some shit.
There's some
basically.
projection kind of like effect that happens on the wall,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
see
his
like
floating
his face. And he's like, you gotta read the words. Read.
You brought the pages. Read the incantation and something. He doesn't really say what happens because he doesn't know. So she's gonna find him. We're gonna find out, guys. Just hold up.
And
Gosh.
this all is just too much for Bobby Joe. She is out.
Floating face, I'm out. Floating man, eating my hair, I was in. Floating face,
Dead
bye.
daddies giving us advice. I'm out.
I'm out. This was $100. Like,
I'm taking my money and running.
holy shit. So she runs. Not too far because we get another tree attack scene. We had one in The Evil Dead. It was amazing.
This one's far less rapey.
Reprise, but right. Like, far less rapey, but bondage.
Bondage, no rape.
No rape, bondage. We can handle that.
Yeah.
I remember a year ago when we were talking about the tree rape scene. Weren't we talking about, because we were like laughing. And
we were laughing. We were saying rape is not funny, but tree rape is funny.
Tree rape was a little, but guess what, guys? This is just tree bondage. So
Yeah,
it's
now we don't have to defend ourselves for
it's
laughing.
funny, yeah, because like that's another thing. Don't run away by yourself. You're out.
Strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers. When you by yourself, you're not scanning your periphery. You're not seeing what's coming for you. That's when attacks happen. Okay.
Strength in numbers. Never go to the second location.
I'm
Remember
not
that.
blaming the victim. That's not what I'm doing.
Do
okay.
not be a good little victim. You fight. You do not go to the second location.
How dare you?
You do it.
How dare you?
Lawsuit.
Lawsuit! Oh my God. This podcast is full of lawsuits. Shit.
We might get a lawsuit
Okay.
for saying bloody cum walls.
Yeah, we did. We
said it a couple times now.
a few times now.
Okay.
Yeah. If my mom or stepdad's listening to this,
sorry, guys.
They're probably like, God, she has a terrible mouth on her.
This is why I don't even recommend my parents listen.
Oh my gosh, guys, I do. It's an awful mouth. I'm not ashamed of it, but it's not a lady's. It's not a lady's mouth.
Oh, a lady is not defined by one mouth.
She has multiple mouths.
A lady has multiple mouths.
I'm like that 4x4 where it's like Facebook, LinkedIn.
The Dolly Parton challenge.
Yeah, the Dolly Parton challenge. I am with my mouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. So she's got attacked. She's dead. Basically, she's dead. We
never see her again.
We don't see her again. When we get back into the cabin, when the camera takes us back into the cabin, Ash and company are chatting about what to do next, and all of a sudden we get a gun pulled up on us because
Jake is pissed.
He's calling the shots now.
He's now like, guys, I did this for 100 and you're fucking me up. We're gonna go find my Bob and Joe. Where are you, girl?
Bob and Joe, she's my daughter. She's my baby. She's
my lover.
My love. She's my life.
He's like, we haven't defined our relationship.
Because we don't assume each other's relationship.
You don't assume gender or relationships, and you don't assume if someone's pregnant or not. Those are just rules of life, guys.
You can't. You can't. We can't.
Life rules.
Don't make me. So Jake notices that the trail is all gone, and there's not really anything left to do except go get Bobby Joe. So what do? They go out to get Bobby Joe, but Ash is like, she's dead.
Yeah, this is stupid. We're gonna get dead.
Can't go outside. He keeps saying can't go. When they get outside, Ash turns into Demon Ash. Sorry, Jake.
Bye, Jake.
Jake gets thrown.
He warned you.
Bam! Head goes crunching up against the trunk of a tree.
Cardigan knee-high socks runs, right?
Annie, yeah.
Her name's Cardigan
Business
Knee-High.
on the top and party on the bottom.
Her Native American name would have been Cardigan Knee-High.
Stop it. No, stop.
I mean, it's just a fact. They would have looked at her and be like, your name is Cardigan Knee-High.
They would have looked at her and said, your name is Cardigan Knee-High?
Yes, they would have.
Cardigan Knee-High.
I'm sticking to it.
Princess Cardigan Knee-High. Oh gosh, where are we? Okay, so Annie finds the pages. She goes down that, so they get them pages. There's Henrietta. She's
Henrietta.
She's coming at. We get her Annie's reading the pages. These pages that they've been trying to look for. She's all saying what the incantation means, and she's like, "Oh, look here, Ash. There's what seems to be a picture of you, and it depicts you in like the year 1300, and you have like a chainsaw in your hand. It's like a little drawing on one of the pages."
Yeah, and they've got a special name for you.
And they got a special name for you, but we don't really have time to dwell too much on that. That's just foreshadowing for the next movie. So we hear.
When does Jake come back?
Okay, so there's
that scene where she throws him in the basement.
So
or
Ash,
trying to pull him out of the basement.
Yeah, Ash chases Annie back into the... Yeah, we've got Ash getting overtaken. We've got the dagger. Here we go.
She finds the
Cardigan's got the dagger.
Cardigan Knee-High has got the dagger.
Yep. Cardigan Knee-High has got the dagger. Jake's body's been pulled inside from being out
Okay, that's what it is. And then
from being out, he got that hit tree head. Yep. Because she had that open when she went down to get them pages, guys. Annie opened in the cellar. Henriette got them.
Henriette.
Jake's body. Okay, so Annie.
And you get another bloody deluge.
Oh yeah, Annie is hosed by a tsunami. She got like a deluge. It's like Noah in the Ark all of a sudden happening on Annie.
Did you say Noah's Ark?
Noah and the Ark.
Okay. I heard they say that's not Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark, all up on Annie. Okay, so Ash is trying. 2x2. God. Ash is attacking in the house, and he's trying to attack Annie, and Annie finds that necklace thing from Linda or whatever. This is
earlier. I guess we need to Did we mention the necklace at the beginning?
Yeah, I did. At the very beginning, like there is the necklace.
It's the ugliest,
Linda,
like little magnifying glass necklace.
When
it's
they're
in the
doing
first
the
movie
recap,
too.
yeah, because it's the recap of the movie. Linda's necklace that Ash gives to Linda that I guess is going to be able to pull him out of his demonic possession.
Yeah, he sees it and is like, oh, I was once a human who loved.
I was once a human who loved. And so here I am again, and Annie's like, I don't believe you. I'm going to keep trying to attack you with this dagger.
And he's like, aren't you listening to me, Annie?
I'm fine,
Cardigan
bitch.
knee-high.
I'm fine. Okay, so here we go. We get this awesome montage where Ash kind of like booby traps things up in the house and makes his chainsaw hand up with the shotgun. We get the groovy.
Yep.
Tag, kind of one of his tagline, one of the things he'll say, where he was once a cowardly lion, he is now Ash Williams, hero from the darkness. He is the light.
He is the light. He is the way. He is the lamb.
So, Annie is starting to recite the incantation to open up the...
And she does such a good job. Her enunciation is
it's
clear
very fluid
and concise.
Yes.
I believe she's a native speaker.
Yeah, when you think about the fact that he's got a big dick. You hear that, guys?
A real big dick.
Got someone tooting on by us.
Oh my God!
Damn, Daddy!
Put it away. That's a
woo! You got a big old dick, honey. rev that engine. Nah, he's probably just some douchebag. Okay. Where were we at? Oh, here we go.
Her enunciation was clear and concise.
We got this enunciation, but not yet. She can't even say all of it because guess who's come back? Guess
Little
who's
hand.
come back?
Little
come
hand.
back. Guess who's come back? Henrietta's come back, and she's making herself into a snake head. Making herself into a snake head.
But does the little hand get her with the knife?
Not
yet.
It will,
I'm
but
really
not
trying
yet.
to kill her off.
So you're trying to kill her off, and I'm trying to let her live for a little bit longer. Okay, so she's
Because you're the final girl, so
She's the
you're
final
trying
girl.
to make her a final
Ash
girl.
and Henriette have this epic battle, or should I say Ted Raimi has an epic battle with Ash as the demonic Henriette possessed lady, Annie's mother. And we get some really awesome special effects, some practical effects, but special effects. And her
practical and special.
Neck extends and becomes like this snake head that's attacking both Annie and Ash.
It reminds me of Beetlejuice when Beetlejuice becomes the snake. It almost is reminiscent of that.
It's very much like that. And she's saying things like, I'll swallow your soul!
Yeah.
I'll swallow your soul!
I'm like, he'll swallow what?
Bitch, back off. You ain't gonna swallow nothing. And so Ash has got his chainsaw. Guys, Ash has always got something. He's got something to do with something. And he's always got himself a boomstick or a Kandarian knife, or he's got himself an axe, he's got himself a chainsaw. He is never without weapons.
Never.
Not my daddy.
Not her daddy.
Not my daddy. Okay, so Annie's got the Ash cuts off Henriette's head with his chainsaw. So she's gone girl dead.
She's now gone girl dead.
Dead.
Not gone girl alive and pissed.
Trees start attacking the house and the branches start coming in. So Annie starts reciting the incantation fluidly, and there's this gaping vortex that opens up. Things are getting sucking dick through.
Things are gaping and sucking.
And then Ash's hand reprises its role in this
chopped
film.
up hand that was running around.
Grabs the Kandarian knife and plunges it into Annie's back.
Whose back? I thought her name
Annie.
was Cardigan Knee-High.
Oh, I'm sorry. Princess Cardigan Knee-High. Excuse me. So Annie, who was once...
she was almost a final girl.
Almost a final girl.
But this is a series
so she's like,
where we get a sole survivor.
She would be like the last murdered... What is that? So, if you're always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah, you're like...
If you're always a dead girl, never a final girl, you're Annie?
You're Annie.
You're Annie.
You've been Annied.
Okay, so Annie's not going to get sucked into this vortex.
But our main man Ash is.
And Ash is gonna get sucked by the vortex.
By vortexes.
And his car's gonna go in. There's trees that are gonna be sucked in this vortex. He gonna get sucked.
Nature gets its fun too.
And then the vortex opens up and he falls through and lands on some ground, some gravelly ground. And
we get the beginning of Army of Darkness.
He opens his eyes to all these like medieval knights looking over him, and they're like, "What the hell, Ash? What?" Well, they don't know his name, but they're like, "Who the hell are you?
You don't look like us.
You don't look like us.
We're afraid of things that are different."
What? You just fell from the sky.
This is the year 1300.
Something else falls from the sky, and it's like a demonic winged witch-looking thing. And Ash has his shotgun, and he just,
sizes it up.
Click, click.
Bam, bam.
Boom. Witch bat lady comes, her head explodes because he shoots her in the face, and then she dies.
Witch lady dies,
and all of the medieval knights are like, "You're our hero from the sky. You've delivered us from the Deadites," and that's where we get our first mention of Deadites. So Ash has just been chopping up Deadites. He didn't even know it. Kandarian Deadites. I wonder if they're in Kandar. I wonder if he's fallen through the vortex and he's in Kandar.
I forget what they call the village or the kingdom in Army of Darkness.
Well, there's that castle of Kandar, so that's why I'm thinking. Okay, so we end the movie with him. He's like kind of freaking out. He's a little overwhelmed because he's gone back in time, So he's like, "What? No! Ah! No! No!" Roll credits.
I really like that they went in this direction because it's a really fun way to extend a franchise instead of doing some of the same old, like he's still in the cabin for the third movie. Like, you take it somewhere else, and in this case, you take it way back.
Entirely different direction.
Yeah.
But it's still going along with this storyline. We're not losing sight of who Ash is.
No.
We're not the Evil Dead is still.
But they're adding to the fantastic nature of it. Now they're like time travels involved.
And I'm sorry, I love time travel. I love medieval movies. I'm such a 90s kid. You take me back, take me back, take me back, take me back. Robin Hood, here we go. All right.
Oh, she's doing the
I'm
Roger
dancing
Rabbit
right now, guys.
before.
I'm kind of like rock, twerk, twerk, twerk now. Rock, twerk, twerk, twerk. Well, we're all done with the movie.
Oh, well, we're going to go to our cabin and hopefully not have a
We're going to go to our cabin. The cabin that we're staying in at the Kiamichi cabins is called Tall Oaks. So, second time staying at the Tall Oaks cabin. We've got ourselves lots of grub, and we're going to roast hot dogs and
board
cook
games.
Some marshmallows. We got a hot tub calling our name.
Brought my fire stick. We're going to watch some movies. With Sabrina.
Sabrina just got dropped on Netflix, so we're about to watch all of that.
Season 3 coming our way.
Hiking. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back in.
Stay tuned. We'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, just literally 2 seconds. The music's
we'll let you know how
it's going to be like.
And then we'll be back telling you about our Knife ratings and final favorite scenes and all that jazz.
Our cream dream scenes and all that.
Cream dream.
All right, bye.
We're back.
Hello, hello.
And I am relaxed AF. How about you, final girl?
Oh, I am just one big puddle of relaxation.
We had a wonderful cabin in the woods weekend.
It was joyous. We just spent, I guess cumulatively, we spent a couple hours in the hot tub. You can't be in the hot tub for too long, but we visited that hot tub
several times
throughout our 2-night stay.
Yeah, we got in on a Saturday and we got in twice.
Checked into the Tall Oaks.
Then on Sunday we got in at least 4 times during the day.
Yeah,
and then before we left today on Monday, we got in one last time.
Just took one more dip.
God, I love a fucking hot tub.
I love just being consumed by hot, bubbly water that envelops you, and you've got the music playing.
Feels as if
Not a
you're
care in the
your
world.
mother's womb.
As if I'm having a womb memory.
Womb memory.
Are you having womb memories?
I have womb memories all the time.
When I am in a hot tub, I have a womb memory. Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
So weird.
we
Okay.
had a lot of
So,
fun in the hot tub. Not
yeah.
even fun, just we relaxed in the hot tub.
We spent we had many visits to the hot tub. End of story.
We went into the state park and did some fun hiking, and
Yeah.
we got like way
went
out
on the tree trail.
Yeah, the tree trail. There were some fun like bridges, and it's winter, so everything's like dead and eerie, and it's been foggy and gray.
Everything's
So
dead.
it was kind of perfect.
It was great. We made some little videos, took some pictures. You even did like a little tree pose on the tree trail on the bridge. You were feeling yourself, Queen.
I felt it.
You were feeling yourself. It was nice. That was relaxing. And then afterwards, we went and had some bomb-ass pizza at the Grateful Head in Hochatown, Oklahoma.
Then we had some ice cream.
Oh, yes. We went and stopped off that North Side ice cream parlor.
We were in just like a very quaint mountain town. I told Justine it kind of reminded me of like Dirty Dancing, just this weird
Like,
little
but not
resort
Catskills.
town
Yes.
that's centered around like lake life. So we're there like off season,
Yeah.
so it's very sleepy and quiet, but things are still open. People still go out in the winter.
Yeah, still booking some cabins. It is definitely quiet.
And we saw people fishing out at the state park, Beaver's Bend State Park, and we roasted marshmallows. We made a campfire. We are women here at Roar.
Yeah.
We had a
I
campfire.
stoked a fire.
She
Stoked and
stoked it.
poked.
And we
Roasted hot dogs.
Yeah, we felt that wiener heat.
Got that wiener heat all up on my hands. And then we made chili dogs with our roasted wieners.
That's right. Roasted the wieners.
Had ourselves some roasted
And
marshmallows.
roasted marshmallows. It was so fun. And I only got freaked out once. That one night, one of the neighbor cabins came out with a flashlight, and it scared me.
Oh,
And
yeah, for
I
like
ran
2
inside.
seconds. Yeah, we were having it was our first night because we were having some coffee, just trying to wake up and everything, sitting on our porch and everything, having some coffee.
And his flashlight in the dark was coming at us, and it scared me.
It scared Josh so much. He was so scared.
I ran in.
Okay, and then I guess things we watched in the background while we were having all of our little fun. We watched some Sabrina. We watched
Season
Evil Dead
3.
2. Yeah.
We rewatched Evil Dead 2 for fun while we played Mixtape Massacre, our favorite board game ever.
Caught ourselves a couple episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, that was kind of my favorite, was watching old episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark.
We
Love
were
that
cute.
show.
We got in our little onesies and our jammies and just had ourselves
Did
a
some
good old
face
time.
masks and relaxed and brought ourselves back to ourselves.
Yeah, we zenned out and now we're headed back home, back to
Luckily,
life.
no deadites on our cabin trip.
We only saw what I believe to be human people. No deadites.
You never know.
People consumed by Kandarian. demonic
demons. They didn't come after us anyways.
Yeah. We were safe
So now
behind locked doors in a cabin.
So safe.
So
We
safe.
even put the extra latch on.
We did, because we are not a helpless victim.
We are not helpless victims.
We are not a good little victim.
No.
We will fight to the end.
But, because we're final girls and soul survivors.
That's what we are. So we're going to get back into the movie, talk our favorite scenes.
Evil Dead 2!
Talk some more about Evil Dead 2, do our knives ratings, and move on with our lives. We had a blast at Kiyomichi
We
Cabin's
did.
Tall Oaks Cabin.
Tall Oaks Cabin.
I go,
We'll be back next year.
All right. Let's get into our fave scenes, Josh. How about you start it?
All right, my fave scene. Well, first I'm going to go funny. I'm going to just say one funny thing. Is the moment when everything's laughing, with the deer head and the bookshelf and all the books are cracking up. That's just a fun, hilarious scene. But for gore and kind of scary and still bizarre and funny and like classic Sam Raimi, I'm going to go the Linda scene in the barn, in the shed, where he wrenches her head down, and then her body with the chainsaw comes in attacking, and he has to fight. It's just bonkers.
It is
It's fucking wackadoo.
Off
I
the
love
wall.
It. Yeah.
I love it.
Classic Sam. It's classic Sam Raimi.
It's both scary and silly.
Exactly.
It's gory, but you're cracking up. It's sometimes that just like awkward crack up too, where it's like, this is so uncomfortable. This is so like,
yeah.
just
The makeup and the special effects are just so funny. Like, it was just an upper torso. Someone was down below, like, puppeteering. That's why it does have that weird, kind of like a Muppet look. How it's just shaking around.
kind of just floaty effect, but also just kind of like stop and go.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's fun.
I like it. I like it for sure. So that's like a really good scene. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what my fave scene is now.
Tell us,
We're all
please.
sitting on our fingers just waiting for me to tell you guys. Oh no. Okay.
In addition to
Oh hell no.
Melinda, I also got
No.
to say her headless ballet, but you keep going.
Okay, well that was my fave scene.
Is it? Yay!
Yeah, it was
Okay.
her headless ballet, where it's all animated and puppeted, and she's spinning around, and sometimes her head isn't even moving, and she's then at the end she goes way over the tree branch, and
I love
to
when
me
she...
that's so classic Sam Raimi. Even though he had somebody else do all the animating, it's very him. He loves just something that looks crazy, but inside resonates. It's like, that's so wild and crazy. That body's dancing around, torso just spinning, head just looking at Ash. It's funny. I like it a lot.
Well, that's one thing that's great about Evil Dead 2. It's someone who you feel it almost had like free reign. Like, it's still kind of indie budget. Who's the distributor? It's that Dino De Laurentiis.
Yeah.
Under the fake Rosebud production.
Mm-hmm, that he like even shot that
Just for
the
that
opening
movie,
just for that
yeah.
movie, the Rosebud production. Okay, yes. I also really enjoy once Ash and the four our Hobbit friends show up at the cabin, and Ed gets possessed and he's floating and he's kind of deep talking. His face is all turned into a deadite face. I like that scene as well. He's like, we're dead by dawn, dead by dawn.
Dead by
I
dawn!
love that. And we have Henrietta coming up from the cellar being all like, dead by dawn, dead by dawn.
And then you get the eyeball
Yeah.
into Bobby Joe's mouth.
It's great.
Amazing. There's so many. Yeah, you're right. There's so many great. The hand running around, him shooting at the hand. It's
That
almost
shit
like
crazy.
Tiny Toons, Looney
Yes.
Tunes, Tiny Toons also.
He was definitely not just inspired, but like one of his heroes is Three Stooges, so he's got that like sprinkled in those funny scenes. Bruce Campbell, I mean, this is his movie. He is just physically, he's acting like he has the scene with the hand where he's having to animate his hand be basically just a whole different, entity in itself.
Even the hand makes little noises like it's talking.
So good. It's very well acted, even though in some parts Bruce Campbell's overacting and is like crying insanely,
But it's perfect.
and it's awesome. Yeah,
Because Ash himself is just over the top and crazy.
you're Ash over the top.
I'm Ash over the top.
Ash over the top. Ash.
Not on the bottom.
Oh hell no, never on the bottom. All right, let's go on to Knives ratings.
All right.
You wanna go?
That too. I'm gonna go 4.5.
You're gonna go 4.5
4.5.
Knives.
It's almost perfect. I don't even remember what I gave Evil Dead, but I think I gave the original 5.
I think we
For the
did.
sheer audacity, for the...
How dare it?
well, in terms of just what they did for their budget.
How dare it?
What they went for.
Get it.
It was audacious.
The audacity! Yeah, alright.
But this one is just balls to the wall funny.
Yeah.
I would say it's also audacious. Like, he was like, okay, we're back in the cabin, but we're gonna just go for it.
Yeah.
The things that I made kind of funny in the first one, we're really gonna make funny. We're gonna kind of poke fun of ourselves while continuing the story and the franchise.
I love it goes crazy at the end, medieval times, and takes horror to a whole nother
Sets
place.
up for the next film.
Film. All right, well, I'm gonna gonna give my rating now, so we can just keep going on this train of
Yes. What is your rating?
4.5. Heralding in the 4.5.
Oh, rat-a-tat-tat.
We
gave it the same.
We gave it the same, but for the same reasons. This is such a fun movie. I love it so much. I mean, we've got dancing animated Linda spinning around on her body top. She looks and she's dancing and kind of straddling this like tree branch, and then she's whee, and we have our animated like deer heads and lamps and books that are speaking to us. We've got hands crawling around in walls. The walls are spewing out blood. We've got a body that has no head that's going around with a chainsaw.
It's just as fun as it can be.
We've got Henrietta.
Henrietta.
It's this climax of her being a big old snakehead.
Damn.
Damn.
They chopped that Henrietta's head off.
Fun packed. Fun packed.
Fun packed for your pleasure.
I feel like a kid again. Fun packed.
And ribbed.
I'm screaming right now. I'm sure everybody is like, God, get her to shut the fuck up if they've not already just pushed stop because they didn't want to hear me fun packing anymore.
Well, if it's not obvious, we're a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise. Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell,
Yep.
Ted Raimi.
Raimi.
We're a fan of all of them.
Raimi, and Campbell.
Raimi, Campbell. That trio.
Enjoyed this movie. We're gonna keep this just Evil Dead train a going. We love Kiyomichi Cabins.
Yeah, I think next year we've already decided our February episode will also be Evil Dead, the remake, and we're going to go back to our cabins.
So now you guys know we've already sprinkled that in. You get yourselves a 2021 treat in 2020.
You get a little preview.
Little pre-treat.
That's the only episode we know of
Yeah,
for 2021.
we haven't planned out 2021. We just planned out 2020, so...
We're still trying to figure out some of 2020, too.
There's a few 2020s that we're like, I don't know about that. Maybe not.
But
that's
we
not
do
for
know
you guys
what
to
we're
worry about.
doing for episode 50 next month, guys.
Oh,
we
drop
got
it.
We got a good one for you. We are going to road trip to Denver, Colorado, and then we're heading out to the Stanley Hotel. We're going to do episode 50, Stanley Hotel, The Shining. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to be great.
We're doing it.
It's going to be, I think, a really good one to kick off our 50th
We're doing it.
episode.
5-0. We're
Yeah.
turning 5-0. We're
halfway to 100.
Yeah, we're going to do 100 eventually, but we're going to do 5-0 in Colorado, Stanley Hotel.
So you guys stay tuned. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook. Please go rate, review us.
Yes.
5-star preferably.
Scream Queens Podcast.
Wherever you listen to us, give us a review. It helps us out, gets us seen more, makes other people more confident wanting to listen to our show if we're rated more.
Yeah,
So-
I guess it does all those things.
So go help us out, do that.
Love
Check
you
us out on
guys.
screamqueenspodcast.com. All the places. We're there for you. All the social medias.
All right. Until next month.
Bye.
Bye.